It's the 26th of September, 2 p.m. here in Germany, and in about 1 hour, Leica will announce their new camera. And as you already saw in the title, I'm right now on my way to pick that up at Fotoprofi Esslingen, since the guys were able to get one for me. It's now after 3 p.m. on the 26th of September, and as I thought, my YouTube feed is filled with the Leica Q3. Hi, and thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Phil, aka Phil, and if you are new to my channel, I mainly shoot on Leica. I also shoot on Nikon, on the Nikon ZF, and on the Fujifilm X100VI. But today I want to share with you my unboxing of the new and latest Q3 43mm version. And here again, thank you to the guys at Fotoprofi Esslingen. They were able to get me this on launch day. If you're like a customer or user, I think you're quite familiar with the unboxing experience. Also due to the Leica Q2 videos on YouTube, most people have seen that kind of box. And here you can quickly recognize that this box is completely different. It's smaller than the usual one. The box is not as incognito like the previous ones. You can see here the Leica Q3 43mm lettering, also the Leica logo. On top you have the production date. Mine was produced on the 23rd of August this year. And now let's dive into this unboxing experience. So let's cut this open. Okay, the outer box has this kind of origami fold. You see, and you see in the middle is the black box. Wrap this with this piece of paper, quite nice. So this is the box itself, where the new Leica Q3 is in. And right from the bat I can notice the different source material here. Feels quite nice. So let's continue. I won't rip that apart, I will just slide this aside. Right. Here again, the black lettering of the Leica logo. And let's open the box. All right. And here it is. The Leica Q3 43mm in the box. And it's definitely a different unboxing experience. Here is the great piece of art. It is a Leica Q3 with the new lens, as you might already saw in the rumors, and it basically looks like an Leica Q3. And you see here the new lettering with 43mm. Right from the bat I can see here small differences. For example, this is the 43mm f2 lens, apo lens, therefore the aperture is also f2, and the lens hood is smaller. And you can see this kind of cutout, right? And let's continue the unboxing. So lifting this up, here you have a card. It's the production quality certificate. Putting this aside, here's a net to pull the rest off. I guess here is some paperwork. Put this aside. Here also you have something to pull up. And here you can see the cables. And what I right now need is the battery. This is the new battery, which was also launched for the Leica Q3 with more capacity. So put this in. And let's boot this baby up. Okay, this is a bummer. Unfortunately, the battery is not charged. Okay, that's disappointing. But nevertheless, that's, I think, all. The rest of the unboxing, you have this classic leather strap from Leica, which I probably won't use. And also the USB charging cable, plus this ring, in case you don't want to use the lens hood. So a more cleaner look, right? But I will keep the lens hood on to protect the lens. And yeah, that concludes the Leica Q3 unboxing. What I forgot to emphasize here is, regarding the unboxing is that it looks like Leica has cheaped out regarding the battery charger. You only have the USB-C cable to charge your Leica Q3, unlike the previous Qs where you had the battery charger. Looks like that's one of the cost-cutting measurements from Leica regarding the box and also the battery charger. So be aware about that when you get your Leica Q3 43mm. The Leica Q3 normal does have the normal battery charger. And now let's quickly talk about a little bit why I got this camera in the first place. If you're a long-time viewer of my channel, you know that I got my original Q3 launch date last year, and I sold that a couple of months ago and made a video about that, link up here. And my personal conclusion was, for me, I was a little bit disappointed in the first place regarding the quality of the Q3. In the first few months, my Q3 froze a lot on me. Also, I was hoping that the autofocus would be a little bit better, at least at the same level like the Lumix S5 II. This was unfortunately not the case, even after a few firmware updates. And due to my family documentation work, I also realized that the 28mm focal length, or not the focal length, but the lens of the Q3, of the original Q3, distorted a lot, and I had to be quite careful to compose for the images, otherwise legs, heads or anything like that would distort a lot, and especially my wife was not happy about these images. So. But overall I was still quite fascinated about the Leica Q3 as it is, just simply to have a high-end point-and-shoot, so to say, camera, which has one of the best image quality and lenses on it in a relatively small form factor and being full frame. That being said, I was quite intrigued when I saw the rumors of the 43mm Q3. First of all, the 40mm focal length grew a lot on me thanks to the Nikon ZF. I like that focal length quite a lot to document my children, my family, and somehow it's just a different look. Since today we are more used about pictures which have focal length of 35mm or 50mm focal length, and having something in between which works quite well for portrait work, and having a big aperture, also getting some nice bokeh. That's the reason why I was very interested in this specific Q3. But I also managed my expectations regarding this Leica Q3 version, because I already had my experience with the Leica Q3. I'm currently quite intrigued and curious how this lens will perform. What I'm also curious is if this new lens will be able to get a bit better autofocus compared to the original Q3. Perhaps they were able to design something to get better autofocus on this lens. Let's see. One of the expectations which I'm a little bit disappointed, you can say, is that this lens still have the macro mode, which is by itself nothing terrible or nothing bad. It's nice to have a macro, but I personally would have preferred a smaller lens, like an M lens, which making the lens perhaps half as long or half as thick, the radius, for example. That would be quite nice, I think. But I also know that a lot of people do like the macro functionality on this Q bodies. So I think that's the reason why Leica kept that as it is. Optically, you can see that the Leica Q3 43mm has just a little bit different color scheme here. It's more gray, not black like the Q3 28mm, but nonetheless, the rest is basically identical. It's still quite difficult to get this flip screen out. The design has not been changed, which I didn't expect. Yeah, it's still Q3, right? The last thing I want to test here on this video is one accessory, and that's the Leica Q3 grip, which I bought recently used. Let's see, it should fit like every other Leica Q3 accessory. Because if you have the thumb grip, it should also fit, since the measuring looks the same for me. And yes, the Leica Q3 grip fits like a charm. Yeah, that's just a first impression, first look and unboxing of the Leica Q3 43mm. And yes, the upcoming days I will do some more videos about this camera, specifically also a little bit of a small comparison, but it's not a real comparison, between the Leica Q3 43mm camera and the Fujifilm X100VI. I know it's not a fair comparison because the price point between these cameras are just gigantic, but still, since I have both, I think it's quite interesting to have them side by side. And right off the bat, I think personally that it's quite hard to see the image quality differences between these two cameras on social media through the processing of YouTube or Instagram, for example. But yeah, still, since I have them, why not do a comparison? But as I already said, it does make sense to compare them literally. That's all for now. I will charge this camera up and get some pictures. If you're still here, thank you very much for watching. You are the one who deserves the like for that. If you want to support my small little channel, check the affiliate links below in the description, or buy me a coffee, also in the description. Again, thanks a lot to Fotoprofi in Essling to reserve me this piece, to be one of the first owners of the new Leica Q3. And yeah, and stay tuned for more videos, and have a nice day.